Here we go, part 3. You know the gist. I review the characters, give them a rating, yada yada intro, let's go.
Get connected for free.
Yeah, boy, it's an actual furry. I know I reviewed animal characters already, but this one's actually like an actual furry, and by that I mean they have a suit, it's somebody's fursona, sorry. And yeah, I actually made the costume for this character right here. Haha, look at that. Reviewing this character will be a little bit different than the previous characters I reviewed because, like I said, the creator, she just made this character to be like, you know, her persona, and so I don't think she really made any story for her, and she's just kind of, you know, a fun little character that she can draw doing things and having fun and dress up as, you know. In my last video, I did say that first and foremost you should make a character for yourself to enjoy and that people liking it is just a perk, and I think with like personas, that's all the more emphasized because it's a character for you to represent you, and so I think yeah, just making a character that you like is what making a persona is all about. Because the purpose of this character is to reflect the creator's interests and her hobbies and whatever else she might be into or wanted to portray in this character, I feel like I can't really rate it properly without knowing her more closely, and I honestly don't know her that closely, I'm sorry. But just based on looks alone and general aesthetics, I really do like this character. The shade of pink you use is super cute, and I'm very fond of floppy-eared personas, especially when they're dogs. And the pink and yellow work very good together, and I really like it. And then the little heart on her booty, that's super cute. And the two outfits you have her in are wonderful and adorable, and her vibes are just awesome. I love the heterochromia, the little spots on the ears. Oh no, sorry, the spots on the cheeks, LOL. I think by my standards, this is a very status quo persona design. You kept it simple with her colors and her design, and I like her theming and her gimmick of being a clown right there. I just realized that. And the little outfit that you have, it does evoke clown, and I really do like it. The color scheme, the like CMYK color scheme, I love that. So yeah, I feel like I just have nothing but praise for her, honestly, so I'm gonna give her a 10 out of 10. Dare I say she's one of my favorite furries out there. I was feeling generous and decided to review 2 characters that this person sent in. I'm not gonna try to say their Instagram username because I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, so we have a duo here, and one of them is Maxine and the other one is B. The story these two belong to is described by the artist as a weirdcore story, which I guess is kind of like Gravity Falls or something mysterious like that. And so you have the 2 characters, Maxine, who is the new person in the town, or the place, I really don't know, and she kind of plays the role of Dipper Pines, trying to uncover the secrets and learn more about the whole place and the people there. B, on the other hand, has been there for a while now, and so she has knowledge that can come in handy on their little adventures, and she plays the role as like a leader and is always putting people ahead of her own needs. The first thing that sticks out to me about these characters is the fact that they're like household appliances, and I'm curious as to if there's some sort of reasoning for that, or if you're just kind of going for like an object show kind of thing where everything's just an object that's alive for no real reason. Object shows are something I'm not too familiar with, but based on what I've seen, I guess the requirement is just to have an object that has a face and arms and legs. Well, arms are optional. So if you were looking to emulate object shows design philosophy or whatever, I think you did a good job. For me personally, whenever there's a story about living furniture or just like objects, I prefer that the limbs and such are just like parts of the objects themselves and not added on, you know, like in the Brave Little Toaster, none of them have arms and legs, but rather like use parts of, you know, the actual appliances as hands. Like the radio uses his antenna, and then the toaster has the 2 little handles that he uses as arms, and then his little stands are like his legs. Or like in Beauty and the Beast, that's a great example. All the appliances, you know, they have parts of them that they use as arms and legs, but they don't necessarily like look like them. Not to dog on the fact that like object shows just give the furniture and stuff flat out arms and legs, but I feel like there's a bit more creativity and expressiveness that goes into just like making the parts of the appliances their limbs instead of just adding them. And yeah, I'm all for being a bit more creative and thinking things through a little more when making designs. Making characters based off of objects and appliances, I feel like kind of goes hand in hand with making characters based on animals, because you have the pre-established associations with the object and such, but you still want to be able to portray the individual object's like personality. This is kind of hard to describe, but like let's say you have a hammer character, you know, like when people think of hammers they may think of like sturdy worksmen, stuff like that, but let's say the hammer character is like silly or something. Like people are gonna see the hammer and make assumptions based on like what they're familiar with hammers being associated to, but then you need a way of like showing them that this hammer is silly. And so giving it like accessories and maybe like the face that it has, you would have to be very specific with it. And I don't know what I'm trying to get at, but let me see if I can say it properly. Okay, instead of trying to give like a whole lecture on how to design object characters, let me just get back to reviewing these specific two. So I will say, in regards to what I was just saying, I have a hard time like gauging the personality of these two characters just based on looks. Like I just see a refrigerator and a nightlight, but I wouldn't be able to gauge like what their personality is or like their role in their story just by looking at them. On this picture of Bee though, she's got like, she looks a little rustic, a little bit like there's some sort of liquid coming out, or maybe that's like a stain. And I think that's probably a good idea since she's been in this world for longer than anyone else. And so I feel like her being a little run down and dirty looking could be very helpful. And then maybe like the stuff that she keeps on her, you know, her front, because you got magnets or something here. Maybe it's like objects she found, or like maybe she hangs photos up of like things she saw or things that mean something to her, just to show that she's been around and like collects things. Maybe, I don't know, that might not be part of her personality, but I think it would just give her more personality visually, you know. And then for Maxine, although she's very cute, she is kind of like just a lamp, and so I feel like she desperately needs something more to her, you know. I don't know what accessories a nightlight would even like wear or like have, but I don't know, just something to give more visual indications about like who she is, you know. That could be very beneficial. Again, if your goal is to just emulate the design style of object shows, then you're good, because they literally never give them accessories or anything, and they're kind of just like objects. But I don't know, for me personally, I would like the objects to be more objecty and then have like accessories or like ways to tell their personality. Yeah, I have very little experience designing object characters, and now I'm kind of interested in doing that because I love those kind of characters, but I feel so unequipped to like properly critique these designs. Okay, this is like super subjective because I'm like positive you're going for the like object show kind of style, but I never really liked it too much, so I'm sorry. I have to give them like a 4 out of 10, but they are very fun characters, and I like that Bee's a refrigerator. I don't think I've ever seen an object character who's a refrigerator, and I love refrigerators, so that's very cute. So we'll give 5 out of 10, you know, extra point for being a fridge bee. Good job. Okay, although I only reviewed 2 people's characters, it was still 3 characters, and this video was delayed long enough because of technical difficulties. But yeah, that'll do for this round. I'll keep you posted if I do another one. I'm not sure, but yeah, follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter if you want to be updated on that whenever I do open up requests for this again. I don't know. But yeah, have a great day. I love you. Okay, bye.
Damn, I messed up. We gotta go ball, fam.
Oh, shit.